here with the topic of Revan. Hey, Revan. So we're talking about Revan today. I just think it is the most interesting topic, and why not it be one of my first topics to talk about? We love Revan, right? Oh, goodness. When you think of Revan, you think of mystery and power, and where is he anyway? Because you don't really hear him when you talk about the movies, when you talk about the TV shows, comics, sometimes even the books. And why is he becoming so popular right now? That's what we're going to get into. So we've got a few things about Revan that we can talk about. And that's going to be first, his way he lived. So that is, he was born a long time ago. I mean, if he was walking around during the Anakin Skywalker time period, he'd be all brittles and bones would be in dust and he'd need a crutch and a walker because he's just a human born in the Outer Rim. That's it. Just a regular old human in the Outer Rim trying to live his best life and ends up getting tossed into all these different types of things. So this is going to take place 3994 BBY, right all the way before that Battle of Yavin and everything else that goes on. He is the Old Republic. When you think of the Old Republic, you immediately think of Revan right there. So when we talk about Revan, we talk about him being part of the Jedi Order, right? Him and his best friend Alec and growing up in the Jedi Order, becoming a Jedi Knight, all those things. And then you talk about how he was pulled to the dark side with his friend Alec, and he became the Sith Lord Revan and Darth Malak and their adventures as well. And then he gets pulled to the light side again, and then to the dark side again, and then ends up going and figuring himself out and going to the dark side and becomes one with the Force, yada, yada, yada. And all these things make him such an interesting character, right? Light side, dark side, being powerful on both, as well as that mystery too. So his story became famous. Even though he wasn't one of those main big characters, his story really became famous because it's interesting. It's something you don't see, especially not during all the new stuff that's coming out. This is Old Republic stuff, things that he could probably get away with, right? So why are we drawn to him? And why are we drawn to him now? You're going to see it in the merch. All right, there's so much merch coming out for Revan. You've got things like Black Series, this one, the other one. You've got so many of these figures that are coming out, but you're not seeing him as a main character. You've got things like Funko Pops coming out for Darth Revan, and you got Jedi Knight Revan, and you've got Darth Malak. You've got all of these coming out, and they're super detailed too. They show the mask. The mask is seen on both Jedi Knight Revan, on Darth Revan. Of course, mine are only Jedi Knight Revan because we only stick to light side here, let's be honest, right? And you've got all of these figurines coming out. You also have the Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, Black Series, Saber coming out too. And why? Why are they all coming out now? And why are we learning so much of this mystery? The other thing that came out, the remastered version of Knights of the Old Republic, where you see Revan for the first time, BioWare making 2003 type of video game surrounded by Revan coming out on the Switch. I mean, when you go from something like Zelda Breath of the Wild to a Switch game playing a 2003 remastered video game of Revan, it's interesting, right? We want to know more. He's in so many video games. So if you're a big video game buff for Star Wars, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And then you also have the Legends Old Republic Revan book. And this was my first experience with Revan. Because if you look in the beginning of every Legends book, they're going to have that timeline. So when these books came out during the timeline within the galaxy, all right? And it starts with Into the Void, then it goes into the Lost Tribe of the Sith, but then that third book, it's Revan. And I wasn't able to find Into the Void or Lost Tribe of the Sith when I walked into Barnes and Nobles and I wanted to get started on my Star Wars journey. So this was just sitting there, grabbed it, put it on the counter, and the guy at the counter said, that is the best book you're going to read. And boy, was he right. Because it changed. It changed what I was buying, what I was surrounding myself in. And it changed the way I saw how all of these Jedis started out. You know, I didn't know anything outside of the movies. I didn't know how old Star Wars was and how old the Force was and how old Jedis were and Jedi temples and working with them and the Sith and the Jedi just being a normal day-to-day thing, right? And Revan really taught me those things. Why we're so drawn to Revan the character? Power? Mystery? Both? Definitely. So we love power. I mean, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to love power and everything that comes with being powerful. And Revan has it. Revan, debatably the most powerful Jedi, Sith Lord to ever live, right? And he is seen in ways of books. So Bane, right? If you've ever read the Bane books, there's a part of the Bane book where he talks about finding Revan's holocrons. You have to be strong as heck in order to find a way to create a holocron, a Sith holocron. And Bane was able to also be super strong, right? And read these holocrons to create what we know as the Rule of Two. He used Revan in order to create the Sith that are just so known, all right? And Revan, though not the biggest canon person, is creating those things that are so canon to us, such as the Rule of Two. And even seeing Bane in Clone Wars, all of that. Power and mystery. Mystery with just the way he looks, honestly. Have you seen the mask? Have you seen the cloak? Have you seen those two lightsabers that you always see fan art using? So the red and the purple and the way he stands. You don't see an inch of his actual skin, but we know he's a human. And he is just a human, but he's doing non-human things. Things that we haven't seen humans ever do, especially in past the Battle of Yavin, right? So the way he looks is mysterious. His past is really mysterious. If you're not in there in the games, you don't know what his life is like in the Jedi Order. You don't know what his relationship is like with Darth Malak before he was Darth Malak. All right, we barely know where he's from. He's somewhere from the Outer Rim, and that's it. Power and mystery makes him so interesting. I can be missing so much right now. Trust me, I know. So tell me your thoughts. What drew you to Revan? What is more interesting than the things I just talked about now? Let me know. This is Fulcrum, signing off.